Hello and welcome to Mr. Addley's Phonics. My name's Mr. Addley and I'm here to teach you all about the double consonant S. First I'm going to teach you the phoneme, then we're going to read some words, build some words with that phoneme, and finally we're going to practice writing the letter S. Okay, so as always, let's recap the sounds we know. S, A, T, P, I, M, D, G, O, K, 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 E, A, R, B, F, O, O, and our double consonant S. Here it is. Here's the grapheme for the double consonant S. Okay, let's look at some words which use the double consonant S. Kiss, K-I-S, kiss. K-I-S, kiss. Now here we can, here this is an opportunity for me to talk to you about accents, regional accents. So I'm from the south of England and I read this word as pass. I read the word bath as bath. But it's also read as pass or bath in some parts of the country. In different parts of the world, English is obviously spoken differently. There are accents. So I'm going to say this is p-a-s, pass, but I say pass. And I still teach pass because that is how I talk. And you would have to just find your own way of teaching this. If you're also from the south, if you would also say pass, then as we're breaking the word down, as we're segmenting, it can be slightly confusing because, well, that's an A sound, not an R sound. So why do we have the R sound in pass? It should be A, pass. That's correct. But language isn't always as straightforward as that, especially English. So unfortunately, we just have these little tricky nuances to deal with along the way. So anyway, let's build this word, and we've got p-a-s, pass, pass. B-o-s, boss. B-o-s, boss. It's worth noting also, if you're coming across vocabulary that you think your child may not know what it means or what it is, then use the opportunity to teach words. You know, what is the boss? Who is a boss? What does boss mean? So explore new vocabulary as you're teaching them to read the word. Otherwise, it can be seen as a pointless, meaningless exercise from the child's point of view, they're trying to learn a word that they don't know what it is. So always teach the vocabulary, and you can even move on to making sentences using the words. Obviously not writing them down, not building them in that way, but just orally speaking a sentence. The boss was happy, for example. Something very simple, just to get children talking, using the word. So we're teaching sounds, we're teaching phonemes, then we're using those to build words, and then we're using words to build sentences. Use as many sentences, questions, yes, no answers as you can. Even funny, silly sentences. The sillier the better, sometimes. Fuss. F-a-s. Fuss. F-a-s. Fuss. When you get these two-syllable words, which are a compound word really, that's made up of two words which are correct as they stand alone, we've got fuss and we've got pot, be sure to teach fuss first. So that's a way of scaffolding the child to read the word fuss pot. So check what words you've got, teach them in the right order, and it's not a test. Always remember, we're teaching, it's not a test, we're not testing. So we've got fuss, pot, 2 syllables. F-a-s, fuss. P-o-t, pot, fuss pot. The letter S was the first letter we learned in this Phase 2 series. The first phoneme we learned. So we've already practiced writing the letter S. So it's just the same. The double consonant S is the same, but we just have to remember they are 2 together, and then there's a finger space. Then we do SS together again. So each time we're saying S, S, S. So each time we are starting at the top, travelling down the snake, because S is for snake, S is for snake, and we are saying S, S, S. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can get all these Phase 2 sounds and words from MrEarlyEars.com under the phonics section, or check the link in the description below. That's all the sounds in Phase 2. We've now covered all the Phase 2 sounds. However, we haven't quite finished with Phase 2 just yet. We've got what's called tricky words coming up. Those words are not phonetically correct. If we sound them out, they would not read what they are supposed to read. Into would read I, N, T, O, into. The would read th, e, the. So we call these tricky words. Sometimes they're called red words. Some schools, some settings will call them something else. But there are tricky words which are not phonetically correct in each phase of phonics. I'm going to teach them to you in the next video, but don't teach all tricky words to your child at the same time. The purpose of these videos is for me to inform you so you can support your child at home. Usually 1 word per week during Phase 2 would be taught. Maybe 2 words, depending on how well you think your child can cope with it. But they are introduced gradually alongside these phonemes. So I'll see you in the next video, where I will teach you the first tricky words from Phase 2. And see you then.